and gentlemen, welcome to the Penn Sports Network's new online exclusive episode called Off the Court, a look into IUP athletes for episode 1 with our very special guest who we'll get to in just a second. If you don't know who we are, I'm Jake Slabonic, followed by Stephen Lang Jr. and Jeff Hart, your iup-tv sports commentary team. And our special guest for our first episode is none other than women's basketball star Carolyn Appleby. Carolyn, thank you for joining us tonight. It's great to have you on the show. Just thank you and welcome. If you want to introduce yourself, go ahead.
Yes, my name's Carolyn Appleby, and I'm number 5 on the women's basketball team. Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. So pretty much what we're just going to do is we're going to ask you a few questions regarding the season, just overall things that have happened throughout your tenure here at IUP, because, you know, senior night's coming up, so we want to get a little bit into that as well. I'll start things off, and then we're just going to go in a snake order. It'll go me, Jeff, then Steven, Jeff, me, and it'll just keep repeating itself. Are you all right with that? You guys all right with that?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Alrighty, we'll start off. Carolyn, in your 4 years here on the women's basketball team, you guys have an overall record of 96-21, and that's of yesterday. In your own words, describe the feeling of being a part of 4 of IUP's greatest women's squads in history.
It's unbelievable. You know, it's awesome to be a part of this team. I think anytime anybody hears, you know, like any IUP athletics or any sports involved with IUP, you know, they're thinking like they have a good team. And that's pretty special to be a part of that, to know that IUP has such great programs and that we have the success we do on the basketball court.
All right, Jeff?
Well, you know, Carolyn, obviously I don't even think anything has to be said about the team's overall success. I really think the record, the things that you see on the court, they all speak for themselves. You guys play a great game through and through. But I kind of want to get into something that we see every night, and that's your guys' defense. You have one of the best defenses in Division II, and you are one of the leaders of that. You have 43 steals on the team currently, leading the team right now. Do you kind of plan to get, you know, the game going? Do you kind of plan the game around your stealing ability, or is that just kind of a byproduct of the system that was put in place, you know, by Coach McConnell?
Coach McConnell stresses every day at practice, you know, our defense. That's a big part of our game. Defense leads to offense, so I just think that, you know, I'm in the right place at the right time to get those steals, but you know, couldn't do without my teammates, all of us being in the right position on defense. So,
Steven?
Yeah, so obviously you don't play basketball 24/7. So what are some of the things that you like to do off the court, maybe hobbies or activities?
Yeah, so when I'm not playing basketball, which is a lot of the time, but I love coffee, so I love going to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. So with some of the girls, and we just go there, hang out.
What's your favorite out of the two? Starbucks or Dunkin'?
I'm a Dunkin' girl for sure, yeah. But, or just hanging out with the girls, my teammates. But I like to keep busy, whatever, you know, just got to keep going, so, but, yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, there's never a time where we don't see you off the court, really. It seems
That's
like
right.
every time we see you, it's just Carolyn Appleby out there starting right now for IUP. But, yeah, thank you for that. Jeff, next question from you.
Well, I mean, you guys have an incredibly talented group, and, you know, there's a lot of stuff, and like Jake said, behind the scenes, the viewers don't really get a chance to see that. And when it comes to sports, it's more than just your athletic ability or the practice. There's also a leadership aspect, and you're obviously, being a senior, you're in a role where you're expected to kind of lead the group and be a focal point and kind of set the tone and direction and the culture for the group. What are some of the things you and maybe some of the other girls do as part of like your leadership role for some of the younger players?
Yeah, so it's the leaders on the team is Brittany, Kendall, Lauren, and I, and you know we just try to be there all the time for the girls if they ever need anything, not even basketball related. If they need something just in their social life or personal life, we try to be there for them. But I think, you know, what makes us special is, you know, we're a family. We say our family versus your team. You know, whether it's after practice, we're all going to eat together. You know, we just have really a great bond between us, and I think that's what makes us very special. But all those girls know that they can come to us with anything or anything they need. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, that's so special when you have a group like that, when you guys know each other personally. I think it obviously enhances your game, and it shows on the court. I mean, you guys have something that just transcends just sports. You have something deeper than that.
Yeah, she said it's a family setting, really, and that's what really makes a successful team, is making sure you guys are close-knit together, not just, yeah, we play on the same team, we go out there, we play cut and paste. It's not like that, whereas IUP, it is a family setting, and that's one thing I really like about your team. And speaking of family, in a sense, senior night only a few weeks away. I know. I'm sorry I keep bringing that up, but you have done so many memorable things during your time here at IUP. We want to hear your top 3 moments out of your past 4 years.
Top 3. It's hard to pick, But I think the first one would be my sophomore year. We won the PSAC championship at Shippensburg. That was just an awesome experience and so great to do with that group of girls. The second one would have to be going to the Elite Eight last year, and we had, it stunk losing in the PSAC tournament, but then we didn't let that, stop us. The fact that we, showed everybody that we could, that's not going to affect us, and we made it as far as we did. The furthest in program history was unbelievable, and I can't even explain to you how fun that was, traveling with them and getting to experience that with that group of girls. And I think the third would just be traveling with everybody in the hotels. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's been such a great run with all these girls.
And that was something that Coach McConnell really emphasized is when Jeff interviewed him yesterday for IUP-TV Sports for Senior Night exclusives. One thing he really mentioned that one of his favorite memories was after a win or a loss on the road, he can take off his headset in the bus and listen to you guys sing, get closer together, and I'm really glad that you two share the same feeling as pretty much your top moment with the team is, it's not on the court, it's something completely different. It's the bond that you guys share with each other, and I really respect that about you guys. Before we move on, I do have one sub question, and I know it's been a hot topic question between all three of us. Steven's wearing a shirt right now. And right here is a little hashtag called G2G. What does that mean?
I'm pretty sure it means, I don't.
We thought
we
thought
were
it was
confused.
called good to go, game to game, something like that. And
I forget what.
We commentate the games and we didn't even know.
yeah, it's something that
I
could
think I
definitely.
should know that. You're asking the wrong person.
There are a lot of directions that could be taken, but we thought that since you were in there, you could. shed
Maybe it
some
was a
light on the
team
bus.
thing. We don't even know.
It's with the men's team, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Well,
I
believe.
was
We'll
just
find
really.
Maybe good to great. I don't know.
We were just all really confused.
I like game to
Yeah.
game. Dude, we should trademark that.
I don't
TPSN
know.
trademarks game to game.
You'll have to ask one of the men's players.
Well, if they decide to come on the show, we'll definitely ask them that. But Steven, I think we missed one of your questions, so why don't you go ahead this time?
Yeah, so watching your some of your games, well, most of your games the past 2 seasons, I noticed that one thing is that I see your amazing work ethic on the court, even sometimes falling to the court rather hard, but just time after time, just being able to get up and just keep on moving. So, like, what is your drive or your how do you describe your work ethic, not only on the court but also off the court?
I think that that's what's special, about not only myself but the team. Our work ethic. It's not even just during practice when we have to be there. We're always coming in the gym, shooting, getting extra shots up because we want to be the best version of us and the best team that we can possibly be. And then off the court, I just think that I'm a person who likes to stay ahead on my work or stay ahead and be on top of things. I never like to get behind. That's just how I've always been. But I think I just what it is in me, I guess.
The drive to succeed, and that's what really propels.
Falling on the floor a lot. But
Yeah, that's something. I think it was early in the season.
I've gotten really nervous because I think there was twice this year at the KCAC that you just fell on the court hard, and I was really scared for a second, and then you got up and you're like, oh, it's just nothing.
I know there was one where you took a nasty hit underneath. It was early in the part of the season. You landed on your knee.
I remember that.
I think you were down on the floor for maybe 5 minutes. You got up and immediately got back in the game. So, it's just one of those things where it shows the work ethic and your drive to succeed. You want to be in there. You don't want any time sitting out, and that's really respectful to see on the. It's really nice to see as a spectator's point of view that you just get up, shake it off, and put the end result in the back or in the finish line for you. If you want to win the game.
yeah, I do get hit hard sometimes, but I don't know. I just get back up, and I guess it'll take a lot to hurt me. I guess I don't know.
Takes a lot to keep you.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, moving on. Jeff or Steven, do you want to take it?
I'll take it.
All right, Steven.
So I know how you're a role model on and off the court for the women's team, but do you have a role model for yourself, going through life?
I think that every time I get asked that question, I always say my mom. She just is. I can't even explain it. She's always there for my siblings and I. She always knows what's right, the right thing to do. she just is a great lady, and I'm so thankful that I'm lucky that she's my mom.
That's really touching to hear.
That is.
Well, it really is.
And it's a great answer too, because I think it ties into family. You talk about basketball being family, your role model being your mom. I think that's a positive thing when you have that influence in your life and you take the values of being a family or being close with someone. I think it really speaks a lot to someone's character and what that is, and it's like such a good thing to have.
Yeah, that's what made choosing IUP so special. Was when I first came on my visit, it was all family oriented. And you could just tell with the older girls that I met and the girls, were on the team, and with the coaches, that it's all family oriented, and that's how Coach McConnell, he wants that atmosphere to feel like, and it's just, we couldn't be more lucky to have, the girls on the team and the coaching staff that we do.
Yeah, especially when you're so close to home, your home being, within 40 minutes or something away from here, so, you're still within, staying within your family, being within range and all that. So.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I'm very fortunate that I live close enough, and that's what makes it a lot of fun and special.
Alrighty, definitely a family factor playing into there. I don't know. That was just really touching, because that kind of got me going a little bit. But I guess I'll go next. Jeff, you can have the last question of the day. Caroline, as you leave IUP in a few short months, you're going to excel, go on to bigger things in life, start a new chapter, but you leave behind such a talented team of young stars, really modeled after you, Kendall, Lauren, and Brittany. That's right. The person you modeled who they modeled after. What parting words of encouragement would you like to leave them entering the final weeks?
I just think that enjoy every moment, because people say that these 4 years are going to fly by, and they really do fly by. I can't believe I'm a senior, going to be having senior night soon, but I just feel like I was just a freshman, so my words of encouragement were just enjoy every moment, don't take it for granted, and just enjoy, just have a good time here at IUP, and especially being part of the women's basketball team. It's special, very special.
Jeff?
Great stuff. I guess for the final question, I guess I kind of wanted to leave it on a kind of a different aspect of the talk here. Everyone's always talking about, and obviously the point of this interview is to get your perspective on the team. And everyone always, when you say Carolyn Appleby, everyone always talks about, oh, Carolyn Appleby, the player. But you as a person, what are your post-collegiate plans? What do you want to do going forward with your life, and use some of those lessons you learned in basketball to help you to succeed later?
So, after school, I think that I have an internship with in my major, safety science. So I have an internship set up already in Pittsburgh. But I think what basketball has really taught me over all these years I've been playing since I was little is that team and just team bonding, building as a team. And I think that's extremely important to have those skills and those qualities to be able to be able to work with people, because you're gonna have to work with coworkers, in whatever job you may have. So I think that's a very important and very good quality to have. But and I hopefully down the road I will be coaching. But so I'm gonna just try to get a career with my major, and then possibly coach down the road.
It'd definitely be cool to see you back on IUP as a coach, right?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Carolyn, best of luck the rest of the season. You guys are making a huge championship run. You guys have a stellar team, so it's looking promising heading into the tail end of the season. So best of luck to you, best of luck to the team, and best of luck in your future endeavors as you leave IUP. So we want to thank you so much for being our first guest here on Off the Court. It means a lot to us, and we'll make sure that you get a copy of this, and we'll probably air this during our senior night broadcast, so or at least some snippets about it. So definitely some things to look forward to. But guys, that's going to be the end of our first episode of Off the Court, a TPSN exclusive here on TPSN, the Penn Sports Network. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, the Penn Sports Network. New episodes released every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. on the Penn.org and on the Penn Sports Network YouTube channel. Don't forget to also follow us on Twitter at @official_TPSN. We're going to have it in as a graphic right now. Should be fun, but and also make sure to check out different issues of the Penn, and make sure to follow the women's basketball team and the men's basketball team on iupathletics.com and on IUP-TV Sports. But from me, Steven, Jeff, and our guest Carolyn Appleby, we will see you next time here on Off the Court, and until then, best of luck to your future endeavors.